Yo, 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 man. It's an orange Gatorade type of day, so you know I had to come out, make a little video for you guys, man. Today I'm gonna be talking about the Western Conference and Eastern Conference Finals in the NBA right now. I've not talked the NBA since the Lakers got eliminated, so obviously there's gonna be a lot to cover in this video. Probably gonna be pretty lengthy, but I'll try and keep it, as compact as I can. First off, man, I gotta get this out of the way because this is probably gonna be like the meat and potatoes of the video. Just me absolutely taking the dump on Ben Simmons and the 76ers, man. I really have nothing to say because, I live in kind of like the Philly area, so I know a lot of Sixers fans. I hear the hype every single year with these guys. And every single year, man, never comes to fruition. These guys have not even made a conference finals together, Simmons and Embiid, I mean. And yeah, it's an extremely underwhelming team every single year. There's always more that we expect of them, and they just never ever do it. And this team has kind of become the new like Milwaukee Bucks in the sense that they're just like a meme come playoff time. Whether it's Joel Embiid crying in 2019, or Ben Simmons being a point guard with the shooting capabilities of a fucking 1970s NBA center. Yeah, that kind of sucks if you're a Sixers fan. I don't even know how you watch the Sixers, to be honest. This series sucked. This series was ass. The Sixers are trash. They need to blow it up this offseason. I don't think there's any possible way. I think you've seen all that you can from Simmons and Embiid. Then maybe the Eastern Conference semis really is their ceiling. Yeah, sucks to see if you're a Sixers fan. But if you really don't care about the Sixers or you hate Philly sports like me, kind of cool to watch. But yeah, man, I mean, it's just so ridiculous how the Sixers team panned out. Going like four straight seasons of just absolute misery and losing. I think Brett Brown's first 4 years as the coach of the 76ers, their best season in those 4 years was like a 28 win season or something like that. And then there were years where they went 10 and fucking 72. How do you win 10 games out of an 82 game season? Whatever. But yeah, the process shouldn't have been trusted. It was a fucking lie. Philly fans should feel deceived, even as I feel, just straight up fucking betrayed by the Sixers. They are never ever going to make the fucking finals in like the next 10 years, dude. They just set themselves too far back. I mean, they have a pretty decent team, but they've tried too many fucking formulas with Embiid and Simmons, and now you're probably not going to get a good return on Simmons, considering that he doesn't have any shooting. He's a good defender, but when Doc Rivers is taking him out in crunch time because he can't shoot fucking free throws, yeah, that's kind of a bad look for your second option. I guess you can say he's a second option of scoring, but realistically, that's probably Seth Curry or Tobias Harris. Ben Simmons is never going to be a scorer in this league. The fact that he was ever receiving LeBron James comparisons is absolutely fucking sickening, because this man has never had a jump shot in his life. Like, I read that this offseason he's switching up his shooting hand. So he's going to be shooting right now, which is his stronger hand. Yeah, that just sounds like desperation to me. I don't think he's going to shoot any better than he has been. I don't think he's ever going to get the confidence to shoot well. Yeah, he has to go somewhere else, man. Or Embiid. I really think the Sixers should just, help Embiid out and just fucking trade him, get him some help, because Embiid on any other team would be pretty fucking nasty. Like, imagine if Embiid went to like the Blazers for McCollum and like some picks, or he went to like the Mavericks. Like, instant contender, instant favorite right there, if you ask me. But yeah, I'm just so disappointed in the Sixers, man. I don't want to spend too much time talking on them, so I'm probably just gonna end it off there. Trade Ben Simmons or Embiid, or else nothing is gonna fucking work. Moving on, man. I want to give kudos to the Hawks for making it this far. I really expected nothing out of them this playoffs. So it's really cool to see a team that, kind of like March Madness-esque, just comes out of the blue and has kind of a Cinderella story going to the Eastern Conference Finals to play what I think is the favorite to win this year, the Milwaukee Bucks, man. I think personally, if the Bucks don't win this year, then their window might have shut. But, not all hope is lost. If they lose to the Hawks or Suns or Clippers, they should just fire Bud and then run it back with, like, the same personnel. I really don't think this Bucks team is bad, man. I think they're very well built to win a championship. It just comes down to Giannis being able to score. As you saw in Game 7, man, that's the Giannis they need to come out every night and just drop 40. We don't care about your shooting skills. Just score, That's what you need to do when you're number one. You just score by any means necessary, or even a number two. I'm surprised they won Game 7 despite how badly Drew Holiday played, but that's probably because James Harden was just awful, man. He was downright terrible this series. Really sucks to see, but as someone who's been considered like a playoff choker for most of their career, we kind of do expect some shit like this from James Harden. I don't know whether it was just that or his hamstring injury was just too bad. He probably shouldn't have come back looking at it because he was a liability down the stretch. I mean, throughout the whole game that he was in, he was an offensive and super, super defensive liability on that bad hamstring, man. You just can't have him out there. And Steve Nash had him going the distance, I think, 2 games this series. He didn't come out for a single minute in 2 games this series on a bum hamstring. What are you thinking, Steve Nash? This is just another testament to how bad of a coach I think Steve Nash actually is. Yeah, man, it's just frustrating. Yeah, man, a lot of frustrating coaching moments from Steve Nash came in the late stretch of this game, especially when in overtime they were coming down and KD airballed the last shot. They had a timeout left, man. Why wouldn't you just call timeout and drop a play? You're only down 2. I mean, it's so ridiculous just to see that from not only like a veteran NBA player, but now someone who's supposed to be a head coach under well, I mean, we know Mike D'Antoni probably plays a big role for like the actual coaching aspect of that team. But still, man, as the head coach, you have to know that you have a timeout left, dude. Like, that would have been huge if they got to drop a play. Because KD is obviously tired. He played 53 minutes in Game 7. You can't just have him run down the court and take the fucking buzzer beater. You got to draw something up, man. You got to get him a good look. And he just didn't do that. Really just fucked his team over with that. And I feel bad. The Nets just fucked themselves over as a whole. You can't be that top heavy. You cannot be that top heavy, especially with 3 guys who we all are all susceptible to getting injured in postseason time. I mean, Kyrie and KD have both been injured in NBA Finals, and their teams both lost because of that. And now you add James Harden to the mix, who isn't like a very reliable playoff performer most of the time. I just don't know why they were so confident. And I don't know why I was so confident in the Brooklyn Nets winning, because it's not a reliable system to have 3 top players and then have everyone else be like pretty below average as in terms of like role players. Yeah, if one guy goes down, you're probably screwed. And in this case, I'd say like 1.5 guys went down because James Harden's production literally got cut in half when he came back from that injury. Yeah, just sucks. Really unfortunate. I feel like this has been probably the worst NBA playoffs that I've ever seen in terms of like injuries. Yeah, really blows to just watch all this happen. And I think we need to slow the roll on the Phoenix Suns a little bit because the Phoenix Suns have had one of the luckiest paths to what I assume is going to be the NBA Finals of any team. I mean, they have had 3 straight series with the team's first or second option being out. You had the Lakers with no AD for the most part in that series. They had him for 2 games and they won both of the games. And then you go to the Nuggets, who missed their big-time bubble performer last year in the playoffs, Jamal Murray. I think that was huge. That was so big for the Nuggets to lose him. And, the Suns took advantage of that. I'm not going to say that they went easy on the Nuggets or anything. They absolutely wiped them off the floor every time they played. And now they go against the Clippers with Kawhi being out, which what most people are speculating to be the entire, like, the rest of the playoffs. That's crazy to me, man, that they've had 3 straight series where the first or second option is just non-existent. I feel like we're giving them too much credit. They're still a great team. Don't get me wrong. They're still very well built and definitely like a true championship team. But come on, man. Their path has been so easy. So easy. I give more credit to the Atlanta Hawks than I do to the Phoenix Suns for what they've been able to do this playoffs. It's just like mind-boggling how people are just looking past the fact that they're kind of cakewalking this playoff run a little bit. But, it is what it is, man. That's just what I think. The Clippers and Kawhi, man, I really do feel bad for them because this seems like the year where all 4 teams left really do have a chance. I mean, you can discredit the Hawks as much as you want. I think they're a very, very underrated team, like just as a team. I'm not just saying, Trae Young. Like, the media really thinks that the Hawks are fucking Trae Young and a bunch of bums because the way they promote the games is like you wouldn't think the Hawks have another fucking player on their roster. It's actually insane considering that, I think they really are a really well-built team, man. And it makes sense that they're having a deep playoff run right now because they have guys who can contribute off the bench. They have defenders. They really have a great package, man. And I'm drawing a fat blank on the name of the Hawks coach right now. But they've been doing a great job, man. They've been doing an awesome job. However, with that being said, man, I think this is the year that the Milwaukee Bucks finally get over the hump. So I have them beating the Hawks in what I think is going to be 6 games. It could be 5, but I think the A is pretty hostile, man. It's a very, very hostile environment. It's been difficult for teams to take games so far in Atlanta this playoff. So yeah, I think they're gonna manage to take a couple games on the Bucks. However, this is Milwaukee's year, man. I'm praying to the basketball gods that this is Milwaukee's year, man, because Giannis gets too much hate, bro. Too much hate. He's still a great player. Like, I see memes like if Giannis wasn't 7 feet tall, he would be a fucking UPS delivery man. Man, what if Ben Simmons wasn't a 6'10" point guard? Like, well, there's so much shit we can say about that. Like, I'm not even gonna get started on it. I'm baiting myself with that. I'm not doing it. But yeah, anyways, man, I think this is the year for a Bucks Suns finals. Clippers are pretty dinged right now. I don't trust PG to put the team on his back and take them all the way. And the Hawks are just outmatched, man. I think they're going to run into a brick wall this series. if they expect the Bucks to roll over the way that the Sixers did for them. But yeah, man, should be two great series and hopefully a great final series, man. But other than that, I think I've covered everything I want to in this video. Actually, I need to talk about the Jazz for a second because the Jazz let me down probably worse than any team this postseason so far, man. It really sucked to watch the Jazz just fucking fold the way that they did. And it's coming off of what I thought was one of the greatest comebacks in NBA playoff history. The Jazz said to the Sixers, yeah, I'll raise you, man. Like a 25-point lead. And it was like less than halfway to go in the third quarter. And they lose the lead like before the fourth quarter even starts. It was ridiculous. Props to my boy Spider Mitchell. I still think he's better than Devin Booker, even after that series. I don't even know why that's like a fucking controversial thing to say these days. Donovan Mitchell is 1,000 times better than Devin Booker. Whatever, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoy the Eastern and Western Conference Finals and the NBA Finals. I'm excited, despite the fucking Lakers being out. But yeah, man, I think OG has spoken his piece. I'm gonna end it off here. Y'all stay safe, man.